Alrighty, everyone, welcome to episode 1 of my podcast for the Pittsburgh Penguins. 2024-2025 season. Penguins are in a bit of turmoil, so last night, Pittsburgh Penguins and the Vancouver Canucks made a trade, and we'll be doing a detailed trade breakdown and putting out my thoughts and opinions on said trade. So the trade is the Vancouver Canucks receive defenseman Marcus Pettersson and forward Drew O'Connor from the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins receive forward Danton Heinen, defenseman Vinny Desharnais, forward prospect Melvin Fernstrom, and a conditional 2025 first-round pick. Going into some of the nitty-gritty, Marcus Pettersson had 18 points, 47 games this season, averaging 22.02 per game for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Drew O'Connor, 26 years of age, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points in 53 games this season in his 5th NHL season with the Penguins. Didn't know it was that long. To the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh Penguins receive forward Danton Heinen, previously Pittsburgh Penguin player, from 21 to 23, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points in 51 games for Vancouver this season, averaging 13.56 per game. We also received Vinny Desharnais, with Vinny Desharnais. Desharnais, 28, 6'7" defenseman, very tall. Free agent after 2 seasons. Edmonton, he had 3 assists in 34 games with 34 penalty minutes, playing 15.58 time on ice. Penalty killing defenseman, but also has signed through the 25-26 season with a $2 million cap. Rights to forward Melvin Fernstrom, 18-year-old right winger from Sweden, going off of Danny. Link his Twitter in the description. A bit more info on the prospect from Melvin Fernstrom, number 9 ranked prospect for the Vancouver Canucks, 18-year-old right winger from Sweden, 3rd round pick, 93rd overall in last year's draft in the 2024 NHL entry draft. Currently plays in the SHL where he has 8 points in 35 games. In 2023, he played for the J20 national team in Sweden, had 63 points in 45 games. He was 17 at this point this season. He is playing in J20 nationals. Again, 12 games so far and 18 points. So, I like that prospect for us. And then we're getting the Rangers first-round pick. Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks made a trade earlier yesterday. And the Rangers traded their first-round pick to Vancouver. We received their first-round pick. Rangers' first-round pick is conditional. If the New York Rangers pick is within the 13 selections 2025 NHL draft, it becomes an unprotected 2026 first-round pick and what's expected to be a deeper draft pool per ESPN. They can either keep the pick or decline the pick and give it to us. Thoughts on the trade? I really, really like this trade. I always said in the group chat, if we were able to get a 2025, 2026 second-round pick, or third and like a 5th or a 6th, I've always would have taken a 2nd or a 3rd and 5th or a 6th or something like that to get a first-round pick and what looks like to be a really, really good prospect in exchange for O'Connor and Pettersson not giving up any picks in return. I like that. I like the pick and I like the prospect. Heinen and Vinny Desharnais are a bit of a placeholder, so we are currently getting younger. Kyle Dubas in a press release last night. Tonight's trade continues to move us in the direction set 1 year ago, which is continue to add younger prospects, younger players, and draft capital to the Penguins as we chart course to return the club back into contention as urgently as possible. That was General Manager Kyle Dubas last night. Wes Crosby with the call on the quote from the press release. Like the trade. Don't know what's going to happen. We're 7 points out of a playoff spot. We could contend. We could make the dance. And making the playoffs with Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang. Even though Chris Letang hasn't been playing his best this year, I wouldn't be surprised if we got swept, and I wouldn't be surprised if we made the second round or even further because of Crosby, Malkin, Letang. If I was to go into a playoff series as an underdog, I would love to have Sidney Crosby as said underdog captaining this team. I would love to have Vinny Malkin as wearing one of the A's on this team, going in as an underdog. Same with Letang. those two especially, because those two have a lot to prove with Malkin and Letang. We'll see. Do I think we'll make the playoffs? I don't know. Time will tell. I've heard rumors, rumblings of potentially trading Rickard Rakell or trading Erik Karlsson, trying to maybe trade Brian Ross to persuade him, but that would more likely be an off-season thing. I'm going to do a breakdown either later today or tomorrow and do a full-on breakdown of the Pittsburgh Penguins contracts and see what would be done and how much cap space they would have at the end of this season, at the end of next season, at the end of the following season. We will see. Hopefully, we can potentially make the playoffs and make some noise in them. I would prefer to have one last Stanley Cup run with that trio. And that trio deserves to have one last Stanley Cup run. That's my opinion. That's my thought. Yeah, I think we have a good shot at being good in the following years and having Crosby mentor the young guys. Especially with the way Kyle Dubas is handling trying to get the younger players and the younger prospects and the draft capital. We'll see. That means we have 2 first-round picks this year, or we'll have 2 first-round picks next year. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this episode. Just to do a quick recap, Penguins send defenseman Marcus Pettersson and forward Drew O'Connor to the Vancouver Canucks. In exchange, the Pittsburgh Penguins receive a conditional 2025 first-round draft pick, forward Danton Heinen, defenseman Vinny Desharnais, and prospect Melvin Fernstrom. If you guys liked what you listened, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Costs nothing to subscribe, costs nothing to comment. If you don't want to, no worries, no apologies needed. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Peace.